So I decided maybe it's the time to make an Q&A video, and we've got luckily we've got enough questions. So that's actually surprising. I didn't expect that much questions. That will be an interesting experiment for me. So thank you for participating and for your interesting questions. So, and one that I've got a lot is how many languages do I speak? And I speak actually not many languages. I speak confidently, I would say three. That would be German. Confidently, I mean I can maybe participate in the conversation. I'm not like I'm not a really confident person when it comes to speaking in other languages, so that's why I'm trying to make it as safe as possible. So maybe I'm imagining myself speaking English right now, but actually I speak some imaginary language. That would be German. That's the first actually foreign language that I learned. That was in my school, in the middle school. We all had to learn German, and that would be English. The second one was actually my really big love with foreign languages, and also I started to watch a bunch of content in English. I had some troubles finding content in German. Still have actually. I love this language, I mean German, but this is like logical that you cannot find much of content in German. So mostly I read in German and watch YouTube videos and stuff in English. And my mother tongue is Russian. So yeah, that's three of conversational languages that I know. I also was learning Japanese in school for 3 years. Not in school, but in my courses for 3 years, and Korean for, I guess, a few months or something. I've learned like how do you call it? Korean alphabet and a few phrases, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, that's, and also I'm learning Spanish right now, not actively, passive aggressively I would say, because right now I live in Argentina, so that's kind of handy to learn Spanish. And for all of you English speaking, maybe German speaking, I think that would be really not easy, but quite pleasant to learn Spanish, because I think it slides better if you know those two languages. And also for me, some of the, surprisingly, in Spanish there is some logic of Japanese. I don't know why, but I see some. I have some associations with Japanese grammatical structures, so that's interesting. Yeah, and the next question would be, what makes me happy? I would say food makes me happy. I like easy dopamine. No, I'm joking. Many things actually, but I am highly dependent on external things. So I think when I have a structure to my day, that's some structure that suits me, and generally have this kind of system of mine and stick to it. When I have favorite book, but I can say, and I can recommend for all of you, Clockwork Orange. I was really surprised when I first read it. I was really surprised by the plot and the whole linguistic structure thing. So that was amazing, and I just like I was so into it while reading. I couldn't get myself to do other stuff, so I had to read it till the end, and then I was able to, do some mere work. So, Clockwork Orange would be. What are my hobbies? I don't actually like this word hobbies because it's like, I don't know, it makes things for me not as serious as I want them to be serious, But I have some activities that I prefer in after hours, so to say. And that would be, for example, writing some stuff, mostly fiction, I guess. I cannot always afford myself to like sit and write, but when I have this kind of match, this kind of perfect moment of inspiration and free time, that is just my favorite activity in the world. I also like photographing. I can go walking and photograph some stuff. Yeah, that is quite interesting. Also, like sometimes I make handmade, but it usually requires you to buy a lot of stuff or to have a lot of stuff at home. So that's kind of there has to be some, some external conditions to be organized, or some kind of blast of inspiration just kicks me sometimes, and I make stuff. So yeah, like crochet or something, but it's really rare. I don't have a lot of patience for that. So I think it's okay to be impatient here, how did I come to ASMR? And there is like, I think 2 or 3 questions having some kind of this meaning, this in this sense. I came shows and movies recommendations, and I think there was a question about favorite movies. A favorite movie. Yeah. I am actually a movie fan, cinephile, if you like. So I watch, not right now, but in general, a lot of films, especially new coming films, fresh film. How do you call it? Yeah. So yeah, and I don't have a favorite one, of course. Right now, I can think of some. I think all the things that Paul Thomas Anderson makes in general, I like. I dig his stuff. So there will be blood and Phantom Thread and Punch Drunk Love, and so he is good, and each work hits, I would say. So and TV shows, and I think I wouldn't say anything like extraordinary. I really like Adventure Time. I think it's like the best show ever. And I really like Over the Garden Wall because of its aesthetics and storytelling and many things actually. The synergy of plot and aesthetics and many things actually. Let me know if you want some movie recommendations because I can talk about it a lot. So I don't want to take too much space in this video with movies and TV shows. But let me know if you would like to hear some of my recommendations about the movies and TV shows. We can make a video series about it or something. Have I ever traveled abroad? Actually, I have. I was a lucky kid, so I traveled a lot with my parents. They were rich at the time. Rich, I mean wealthy. And I was lucky enough to see a lot of countries in Europe. I was in Italy, I was in Finland, I was in Germany, really quickly. As I said before, I don't remember much about Germany. Yeah, and France and Bulgaria, and I don't know, is Bulgaria part of European Union? I'm not sure, but yeah. So actually a lot of Europe countries. But the thing is that I was a kid, so I don't remember much. But as an adult, my last trip that I remember with my parents was also Italy and Rome, and I was so fascinated by the whole combination of the architecture and history and other stuff. I don't know. I'm quite maybe I'm really easy to impress, but Rome was really interesting experience that imprinted in my memory. So yeah, and as an adult myself, I traveled not so much. I lived in Georgia for a year, so I also traveled to some Slavic countries, of course, to Finland, and right now I'm in Argentina. It's also it counts as traveling, I guess. So, but I have a lot of not ambitions, but a lot of wishes to travel. I think that's really obviously interesting this phase as I was a teenager when I was really obsessed with anime. I read a lot of manga. I had sleepless nights when I just was reading and I couldn't stop myself. I was just like digging through the pile of materials. I watched a lot of titles. I had a list with titles, and I stopped counting when it was 500 titles or something. Yeah, and then when it became mainstream, I stopped. No, actually, I just like changed my zone of interests. It's a reference to a movie. Yeah, and I stopped watching it. But right now, I rewatch some of the titles. For example, I rewatched recently, I think a month ago or something, a Full Metal Alchemist, and what that was really interesting. I forgot that it's so intense in terms of the storytelling pace and hooks that they get you into. So I was amazed how they keep you stuck to the screen and just like watching. So yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, and I also watched recently Samurai Champloo. Both I can recommend. Samurai Champloo I think is pretty funny, but in terms of the storyline, it's a bit empty. It was a bit empty for me because I don't know. You watch it not because of the horizontal plot, but because of the vertical episodes. So if you want something funny and stylish, watch Samurai Champloo. If you want a story, really captivating one, watch Full Metal Alchemist. So the next one, do I have some other creative content, and do I have an intention to make one? I don't have right now creative content outside of the YouTube, outside of this channel, but I'm willing to have maybe. I was thinking about blogging or something with a more talkative format, but I'm not sure about the topic yet, and yeah, that's quite hard to stick to one topic, to one theme, I guess, for me. So yeah, SMR has a very, very readable form, so a very the form that I can easily understand. And with the blogging, for example, it's hard for me to compel the whole idea in my mind. Yeah, but I'm thinking of something like this, maybe in the future. We will see. So yeah, and really interesting question about parasocial relationships. I had to Google parasocial, to be honest. I'm sorry, but I didn't know this one, and I think this in general the psychology of this one-sided relationships is interesting, because I think it says more about the person than about the relationship itself. So I guess you can unfold, unpack a lot of your needs through the one-sided relationship that you have. I think they can be really productive in terms of, like, for example, if you hate someone and they don't know about your hatred, about your grudge, that can be a creative drive, or just drive in general, that leads you somewhere. So I think you also can call it one-sided relationships, I guess. So for me, parasocial relationships, if I read correctly, of course, if I read correctly, are really like that. So it's one-sided, as definition shows, and it gives you a lot of information about the person who has this agenda of having one-sided relationships. So I think how it's utilized is crucial, because you can, of course, push yourself forward with that, or you can hold it as something. You can have it like something that holds you back. Yeah. So I don't know if I answered the question, but that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts in general. So, as you can see, I talked for so long. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if I answered all of the questions. Oh no, the last one. Let's make the last one. I see an interesting one. Do I play video games? I actually do. And if you watched the video to this point, I'm thinking of making a series of videos with games, because recently some of the ASMR artists popped up that in my recommendations that make such kind of content, like ASMR Let's Play or something. So I was thinking about Stardew Valley or Minecraft or something like with this building agenda. So maybe you have some recommendations of the video games that you like me to play or something. Do you think is a good idea? Maybe it's not. So